it's okay to not be in your most creative mode at every single point of your creative journey. It's not going to happen like that. So let's normalize just, getting in your bag, focusing on yourself, taking a step back from your craft for a minute to get your mind right, get you right. And then when you come back, make sure you double it. That's all. That's it. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the season finale, the long-awaited season finale of season 6 of Just Jay the podcast. I haven't sat in this chair in over a month, seriously, to record for my show, and it's every time I get back in this chair, it's oh my god, the anticipation, the anxiousness, the excitement is just amazing. I low-key, every time I take a break or I just lose my motivation or I'm just taking a step back, every time I sit back in this chair, it reminds me of why I do this and why I fucking love my podcast and what I do. Hello everybody, what's up? I know y'all miss me. I think the last episode that I posted was in the end of June. It is fucking August 15th to be exact. Today's kind of a tough day for me because today is the 2-month mark of Bane being gone. There's so much to unpack. There's so much that I have to tell you guys. There's so much that's changed. There's so much that's transpired. There's just so much that has happened for me. And I think I'm in a really good spot, but then it's I'm in such a good spot, but then it's in the back of my mind, there's that missing part of me that is my dog. So it's just an amazing place for me to be in my life right now, but it's also still hard because I just lost my dog 2 months ago, and it's you kind of have that guilt kind of takes you on a roller coaster of emotions and a roller coaster of events, and it's you kind of have that guilt whenever somebody passes on afterwards, and you're damn, am I allowed to be happy? Should I feel guilty for being happy? Should I feel guilty for just everything that I'm doing and how happy I feel? But that's something that I've been working through in therapy, and my therapist is that's totally normal for you to feel guilty for, finally feeling happy again or finally laughing again. That's totally normal, and a lot of people often feel that after they lose someone close to them. But you're not wrong for being happy. You're not wrong for moving on. You're not wrong for, just allowing your life to continue. You're not wrong for that. And I think that that's just been the biggest thing that I've had to really grasp and just... I think for me, since the last episode that I dropped, I've just been allowing my life to just be what it's been. I think a lot of good things have happened for me. A lot of things have changed for me. And I've just been allowing my life to transpire and evolve how it's supposed to. And I don't want to, I think for me, when it comes to this podcasting thing, you kind of got to, especially being that I'm the host. I do this myself. So it's I kind of got to get up here and really talk about my life, and I kind of really got to share a piece of my story that others probably wouldn't get to hear because I don't really lead with that in my normal life, you know what I mean? So when I come up here, I have to have something to talk about. I have to have, just experience to share. And I think for me, it was kind of I just couldn't get the momentum to come down here and record because it was there's so much going on. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how I feel about anything. So it was kind of just a moment for me to really take a step back and allow myself to just be in the moment and be present and not worry about working, not worry about, just putting the pressure on myself to really produce content and just make episodes, So I think that it's been a really good summer for me. It's been a really good summer for my growth as a woman, as, mentally my growth has been amazing. So I'm very grateful for where I am right now, but it just took me a while to get here. And I think I really, really needed to go through it and just not rush the process, just so that I could have this moment when I came back to it and was okay, now I'm ready to share. Now I have things that I really know how I feel about. I know what's happening in my life, so now I can really talk about it with you guys. So that's why I'm here, child, because I got some tea. Oh my god, I have so much fucking tea. Y'all not even gonna believe it. Y'all not even gonna believe it. But like I said, today is the 2-month passing of Bane. I feel good today. Obviously, I'm just a little down and a little mopey a little bit because it's just how could you not be, I think for me, I've just been convincing myself that he's either not home or he's at the groomer, and that's how I've really been coping through my days. and then the 15th comes around, and it's like, damn, like, no, he's really gone. So it's just been a lot with that, but I think I'm at such a good place with my grieving process because I was on it the whole time. Like, literally since the day he died, I made sure that I went through my process. I went through every emotion. I cried. I let myself, fucking eat ice cream on the couch for hours at a time. I let myself smoke as much as I wanted to escape my thoughts. Like, I really let myself go through the lowest of lows and the highest of highs when it comes to grieving. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I gave myself that grace because I deserved that. And I also needed that. So I think another reason that I'm in kind of a better headspace about it is because I got a psychic reading done. I've been going to this psychic named Donna. She's awesome. I've been going to her since I was 18. Since Khalid passed away, actually. That was my first reading, I think, with her when he passed away. And, like, she told me so many great things about... Because she's a psychic, but she's also a medium. So what she does is, like, it's an hour long session. Mine was an hour and 20 that I just recently did, but that was because it was so good. Like, it was just amazing. But she'll pull your cards. It's basically like a whole breakdown of, where were you a year from now? What have you learned since then? What is the lesson that keeps reoccurring in your life that you need to learn? Where would you be in a year? It's just great. It's just great because it covers all bases. And I like the way that she does it because she makes sure that she's thorough and she gives you every answer that you're looking for. Because essentially, I booked the reading a couple days after Bane passed away, honestly, because I knew that I've gone through the process with her before, and I knew that it was so thorough that it's going to give me the answers or the, clarity that I needed in that situation. So, like I said, I booked it a couple days after Bane passed away because I just knew that I was going to need it. And she's so good, so she's booked and busy, and I literally had to wait until August. Because like I said, he died in June. I literally had to wait until August, I think, 12th, I think was my appointment. So it was a couple days ago. But the reading was amazing. We talked about so many things. We talked about, my career, my family life, my podcast, everything. Like, we talked about so many things, and it gave me a lot of clarity as to, I think one reason that I really do like readings also is because you're able to see where you are, and you're able to see, like, okay, am I on the right track? Am I moving forward with everything that I want to do in my life? Or do I need to readjust some things and really tweak my journey or tweak my pathway to where I really want to go? You know what I mean? So I think it just gives you, the clarity that you receive from it is amazing. So I definitely think that was a good call on my part because the information that she gave me, I probably just would have never known, or I just would have never gotten that satisfaction or that moment to, really kind of heal a piece of my heart a little bit. We've talked a lot about Bane. Basically, one of the most important things that she told me about Bane is because she's able to communicate with animals. And it's like on a whole different level though. Like, we have those dog whisperers and all that shit, but she's really able to communicate with animals that have passed on as well as loved ones that are human. So she was just telling me, she was like, because remember on the episode that I spoke about him, I told you guys that he had a heart attack in his sleep. And, I found him when I came home from work. She basically said that the first thing she said was like, I'm sure you don't know this or you had no idea about this, but he was born with an enlarged heart, which means that everything that he did was just so exhausting for him because you got to remember, this was a huge dog. And like, that makes so much sense to me because, he was always breathing heavy. He always had red eyes, like bloodshot red eyes. But the thing that gave me comfort or made me not even think anything of it was because he went to the doctor regularly because I made sure that he was up to date on his shots or he went for his physicals. I made sure that he was up to date when it came to going to the doctor because I never wanted to, if something was wrong with him, I always wanted to know. So whenever I would take him to the doctor, the tests would come back fine because he was essentially healthy. The psychic basically told me, like, you would have never known that his heart was double the size unless you went to actually get an EKG done on him, which I would have never done because they told me that he was healthy, and that's really what I believed. And he was healthy, but, despite the fact of that. But that was essentially why he passed away. He was born with an enlarged heart, which makes so much sense because even from when he was younger, when he was a baby, he was the smaller believe it or not, he was the smaller cane corso of every dog that he was bred with. So it's like he was always different, and I knew he was different because just of how amazing he was. And like I always used to tell him, like, you have such a big heart, like you're such a sweet dog. And I really truly didn't understand how literal that shit was until I got this psychic reading. So it gave me a lot of clarity. It gave me a lot of peace. She literally was like, you know, like, he wants you to know that he does miss you. He missed you since the moment he died, and he knows that you miss him, and he's fine. He had a great life. He's living his best life in heaven, chasing the rabbits, chasing the cats. And when she finished it off, she was like, your cousin Khalid basically had him. Like, that's Khalid's dog now. Like, he's fine. He's okay. He's happy. Like, they're just waiting for you to come over. And I literally was just bawling because I'm just like, damn, like, that's everything that I wanted. Even when I remember when he first died, I was like, damn, I hope he meets Khalid. I hope he meets my godfather. Like, all of it. Like, and he did. So I'm just happy that he's in a good place and he's looking down on me. And she was also, because I did the reading through FaceTime, so I was down here when I did it. And she was like, what room are you in? And I was like, oh, this is my podcast room. And she was like, oh, well, like, has he ever been in that room? Because he knows that room very well. Like, he knows the energy in there. I'm like, yeah, he's been here all the time. And she was like, well, whenever you're down there by yourself, more than likely he's there. So don't ever feel alone, or don't ever be frightened if you feel like you're hearing him cry or hear his chain, because like most likely it's him. Every noise that you hear that you relate to him is most likely him, because he does visit that house often. And I was just like, wow, like that's insane. So I'm slowly putting the pieces to my heart back together. But it's been the most amazing experience for me because I'm doing it by myself, you know? Like, I'm going to therapy. I'm actively talking about him in therapy, actively talking about everything that I've gone through. And like, you know, I'm watching all the movies about dog grief. I'm listening to the podcasts. I'm watching the TikToks. I'm going to the mediums. I'm doing everything that I could possibly do to heal my heart from this loss in the best way that I can possibly go about it. You know what I mean? So it is a lot, because at the end of the day, I still am a young woman trying to, you know, enjoy her summer and have fun and live her life. But there is still a part of me that's just so weighed down because my dog isn't here. And it's just like, I don't even know how to explain what I feel right now, because it's like it's insane, because I feel like after he passed away was when my life started really moving upward in the most positive direction. And it's like, while I'm on this upward journey of like positive direction and happy, good things, it's just like, it's like I'm on a roller coaster right now and my dog is at the bottom, and I'm like looking up at the top, but then I'm also looking back at my dog who can't come on the ride with me. And it's just like, damn, like I'm happy because this roller coaster is fun as hell, but like, damn, my homie not here. So it's just like, that's the best analogy that I could give y'all. That is the best analogy that I could give to describe how I feel for real. And it's just like, it's a whirlwind. It's a constant up and down battle, you know. I was just down here last night, like crying my eyes out, making fucking reels of all the videos I've had of him, because it's just like, that's the best way I know how to really, you know, keep his memory alive and make sure that, you know, he's still a thought in people's minds. Because I feel like people look forward to my videos of him that I would post on Instagram literally all the time. So I feel like, I don't know, the videos that I've been posting about him are really just for me, because it's like every video that I see brings back memories, or, you know, every video that I see just reminds me of how much fun we actually had. And to hear the psychic really say like, yo, he had so much fun. Like, he enjoyed every year that he was with you. And it's just like, that makes me feel good, because it's like I really put my heart and soul into that dog. Like, realistically, when he became mine, I think he became mine when he was like around 1 year old. Because that was when I was going back and forth to college, and, you know, it was originally supposed to be my brother's dog, but like when I was coming back and forth home to college, like he was really there for me. Like, he was really a good ass dog. Even from when he was a baby, like he really never gave us any fucking problems. So it's like, well, he chewed my shoes up one time, And I dead ass didn't speak to him for 2 days, right? And I literally remember there was like it was the Sunday I was about to go back to school. And I remember I was sitting on the couch at our old house, and he literally came over and sat next to me. And I was like, listen, bro, I ain't fucking with you because you fucked up my shoes. Like, shake my hand and I'll forgive you and we could be cool again. And he literally gave me paw. And I was like, all right, we Gucci, we locked in. I ain't mad about it no more. And I bought myself some new ones anyway, but whatever. But since that day, like, he was really mine for real. Like, there was just a different connection. And he knew I was mad at him, and he knew I wasn't fucking with that shoe chewing shit, and he never did it again. Never did it again. So he gave me the best 4 years of my life, for real. Like, he taught me so much. He taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for that experience that I had with him. So, you know, child, I just been enjoying my summer. I've been analyzing my relationships and just like really figuring out who needs to go, who needs to stay in my life, who do I want to be patient with, who do I want to give grace to. And I've realized that I've been a little too lenient with a lot of people in my life. Like, because I'm a very forgiving person. I'm also a very understanding person. Like, I understand that everybody goes through shit. I understand that things happen. I understand that people's feelings change. I understand everything. I'm an empath. I totally get everything about everybody. But I think that's also a disadvantage for me sometimes, because I'll give you chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to get your shit right before I really be like, all right, fuck this. Like, I'm good off of it. And I feel like I'm given so many chances, but realistically, I'm never... You know what? I was going to say I've given so many chances, but I'm never given those same chances back. But I realize I don't ever need so many chances to get shit right. You know, like, if I'm coming into somebody's life and I really want to be there, you only got to give me one chance to show you that. So it's like, I think that's another reason why it really fucks me up, because it's like, you're giving so many chances, but you only need one. You're giving so many people so many chances to treat you right and show up for you and do what you need them to do as a friend or as a lover or as a family member, whatever the case may be. You're giving these people so many chances to treat you right and put you first, but you only need one. So it's like, fuck with the people that are only going to need one chance with you. Fuck with the people that are going to see you off rip. Fuck with the people that don't need chance after chance after chance to see your value. Fuck with the people that don't need, you know, to put you through the fucking ringer before they really like, okay, nah, she a good girl. Like, I'm gonna really treat her right. And fuck all that, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, bro. Dead ass. Like, I think I'm just like, and I'm so happy that I'm going through all of this, because it's really allowing me to wake up in certain situations. And it's like, girl. But there's a meme that I keep seeing all over my timeline where it's like, I don't regret the love that I gave you because you probably needed it. Ooh, shit, yo, that right there, like, this whole process has allowed me to realize that not only have I given, you know, numerous chances to numerous people for that truly don't even deserve to be in my life, respectfully, but it's also allowed me to really see my light for what it is. And it's like, baby girl, stop sleeping on yourself. I don't know. I think, you know, I've been going to therapy, so I've been carrying myself like, oh, I know my worth, or I know, you know, I'm going to stand on how I want people to treat me, and I'm going to treat people with respect, and I'm going to stand on the fact that I want that respect back, right? I've been preaching that for so long, but realistically, I haven't been living that. And it's like, it took this experience for me to really wake up and be like, girl, you are the entire package. You are literally everything. So if somebody comes into your life and doesn't automatically see that, show them the door ASAP. Don't try to give them a tour of your life and where you live in and what you're doing so that maybe they'll see something that sparks their interest and they want to fuck with you. Nah, bro. Nah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. And I think I've been also like allowing myself to, because I'm somebody that I'll hold a grudge forever. I will hold a grudge forever. If I decide that I don't fuck with you, I will hold that grudge until we are 102, and I will never speak to you ever again in my life. Like, that's really something that I don't think, okay, chill, whoa. I don't necessarily think that I hold grudges. I just think that once you show me how I need to fuck with you, that's how I'm seeing you forever. And if you show me that I don't need to fuck with you at all, that's what I'm doing forever. So I don't necessarily think that I'm a grudge holder, but I just know my place with certain motherfuckers. And it's like, no, if you show me once that I don't really need to be in your presence, you don't need to show me that shit ever again. So it's just like, I think I'm really figuring out who I need to completely cut ties with and let go and, do their own thing versus who I can be a little patient with. I don't want to say lenient, but patient. Because there are people that, take a while to get it right. Or there are people that are just going through their own thing and going through their own life and trying to figure their own shit out. So they can't really show up for you how you would want them to show up for you. Or at least not in this season of their life. Eventually, maybe, or maybe they've been shown up for you in the past season of their life, but right now they're just not in it. Or right now they're just not where they want to be for themselves, so they can't be for you. You got to be patient with those people. I think I'm a very good judge of character, so it's kind of easy for me to see who I can, give my energy and my time to and who I shouldn't. It's very easy for me. So I think that at this point in my life, I'm really, and this is something that my psychic also said, like, you're a very good judge of character, and like, who should be here and who shouldn't, but you have a problem with the just being so forgiving and giving chances after chance after chance. So it's like, she literally said, yo, sit down and look at every relationship that you have right now. And literally weigh the pros and cons of every single relationship. Do they feed into you? Do they support you? Do they make you feel loved? How do you feel when you leave them? Do you feel like they're draining your energy or are they replenishing your energy? All of those questions you need to ask for every person in your life. And whoever doesn't check every single box, and I mean every single box, has to go. Or not even, because I think essentially it's like, oh, do I want to cut this person off? Realistically, and I know this is, some of y'all are going to hear me say this and you're going to be like, damn, she said that in the past season and she wasn't feeling that way. Like, my perspective is changing. Every season that I do on this podcast, or even every fucking episode, my perspective changes because I'm growing and I'm learning. And I'm also getting to understand different perspectives. That's the point of this show. So it's like, I remember I used to have this relationship where it was like, damn, like I got to figure out if I even want to fuck with her, because I feel like there was this TikTok that I saw where the woman was like, you don't got to stop fucking with the person, just fuck with them differently. Or just change how you fuck with them. If they went from a close friend to a associate or an acquaintance or somebody that you just see in passing, that's what they've become. Let them be that. You don't have to just stop fucking with them and never fuck with them again, because at one point they was really there for you, and at one point they was all you had. So it's like, I used to struggle with that, because when I first saw that, I want to say a year or two ago, or maybe just a couple months ago. I think that was actually less than a year ago. When I first saw that, I was in a back and forth relationship with one of my ex-homegirls. We've already talked about this situation, so it's nothing new. But when I first heard her say that, that was hard for me to understand, because it was like, nah, like, if I can't fuck with you how I've always fucked with you, I don't want to fuck with you. Rightfully so, because that makes sense to me too still. But it's like, that kind of, that perspective and that opinion doesn't support the concept of an evolving mindset, or allowing people to change and be who they're going to be. Because like, realistically, when I first, had that opinion of, nah, like, if I'm going to fuck with you, I need to fuck with you exactly how I fucked with you from the beginning, you're missing the whole point of people change, feelings change, things happen, things go, you know what I mean? Like, people and things are going to constantly be evolving. So realistically, that's not realistic. So it's like, yes, you're going to have this homegirl that, you used to do everything with and held you down and was really there for you during some dark ass times. But now that y'all are getting older, maybe the situation's different. Maybe the relationship's different. Maybe she's in a different place in her life. Maybe you're in a different place in your life, and y'all don't have to be beefing or hate each other or, be hostile or have animosity. It doesn't have to be like that. Just fuck with her differently. Treat her with the same respect that you had for her in the beginning, but just don't be as close. Y'all can still be cool, but just don't be as close. Don't share so much. Don't put yourself out there so much, because that relationship is not what it once was. And I think that that's really just what I'm grasping, that, it's okay to, let bygones be bygones and just agree to disagree and just, put people where you need to put them in your life. Put people on, if you gotta cut a nigga off or cut a bitch off, do that. Do it. I am never opposed to cutting people the fuck off, especially if you feel like that is the best decision for you and that is going to help your peace of mind at night. If you feel like they have to go for you to really prosper and be cool, let them go. But if you are going back and forth with a relationship or with a connection where it's like, damn, like, I love this person, I do care for this person, we did have great times, but like, we're just so different now. It's okay to be different. It's okay for your relationship to change with you guys. You know what I mean? And I think that I just had a really dope conversation about this with one of the homegirl I was just talking or just referring to, but we had a really good conversation because my dad just had a 50th birthday party. And it was amazing. My mom did her big one with that. My mom literally had that place jumping. Like, it was literally the party of the summer. Like, we were all had a good time. It was amazing. We ate good. We drank good. We spent a lot of, it was just amazing. Amazing, hands down. But with that came me seeing one of my old friends, right? And because she was so involved in my family life and so important to my family, she was there. Rightfully so. I don't give a fuck that she was there. I'm happy she was there because they love her and I love her and she deserved to be in that room just like anybody else. But when I saw her, our relationship was at a place of, or not even our relationship, because I think for me, I just took a step back from her because I was still triggered by her. And I think that was the best thing for me to do for myself, because it was like, you're totally allowed to take a step back from or remove yourself from things that still hurt you or still make you feel some type of way. And you can come back when you're fully healed or come back when you're ready to have those conversations. But for me, I don't think I was ready to have that conversation with her. Or I don't think I was ready for any conversation with her, because I was just like, this is too much. Like, there's just back and forth constantly in our relationship and in our connection. And I don't want to be that person for her where it's like, oh, she's constantly upset about something or she's constantly coming at me about this. Because it's like, I don't want to be that person. I enjoy impacting people's lives positively, and I make that a point with every connection that I have. And if I know that I'm negatively impacting your life, or I'm going to negatively make you see me in a different negative light, I'm going to take a step back, because that's not why I'm here. That's not my purpose. That's not even who I am. So I took my step back, seen her at the party. We exchanged words, and I ended up having lunch with her like a couple days later, and it was just like, I was ready to have the conversation that I wasn't ready to have when I originally decided to distance myself. And it was so cool, because it was like, I sat down with her and I was like, listen, girl, you triggered me. You're a trigger for me. That's it. I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. You're a trigger for me. And there were just some things that I know that I wasn't over, and I needed to remove myself from my sanity, because it was going to drive me crazy continuously seeing you up and down my timeline, or keeping in contact with you was going to drive me crazy, because I wasn't saying what I felt. But now that we're months after the fact, and I seen you at my dad's party, and we're here talking about it, I feel like we're two grown-ass women, and I'm in a better place when it comes to me expressing myself, because I used to view me expressing myself as confrontation, and I still kind of do. But I feel like that just stemmed from me feeling like I'm not going to be heard, or my feelings are going to be invalidated, because they have been in the past, And I think that that's something that I'm actively working through, because my feelings are important, and what I have to say is important, and people do want to listen, and people do care. So when I spoke to her, I was like, listen, like, I'm in a totally different place, and I'm a totally different person. Like, I don't feel how I once felt, and I probably won't feel how I feel right now in a couple months, which is rightfully so, because I'm growing and I'm evolving. But I can sit across from you and tell you, I was triggered by you 100%. So yeah, I had to take a step back to really work through whatever the issue was with me before I continued to be a friend or whatever I was to you. And, I respect this woman, and I hope she listens to this podcast or this episode. Well, she does listen to the podcast, but I hope she listens to this episode, because she's probably going to smile ear to ear, because when I said that to her, you know what she said to me? She literally got us 2 shots, and she said, Stop trying to get rid of me, bitch, because I'm not going nowhere. And I respect her for that, because she has let me go through my entire process when it comes to healing from our friendship or trying to grow from our friendship. And she has let me go through it all. Literally, she hasn't judged me for any of it. She's understood every step of my process. She's understood why I, am standoffish at times, or when I come forward. She understands everything. And that's because this was once my best fucking friend in the entire world. So she gets it. And she's always got me. But I just had to really let my mind and my experience and my life evolve before I could really sit down woman to woman and have that conversation. So my word of advice to y'all: analyze your relationships. Because I think they're talking about somebody else, somebody totally, completely different now. There was just a connection that I had in my life that was totally draining the fuck out of me. Like, totally draining the fuck out of me. But, like, I always made excuses for him, because it was like, I see the potential in people before they can even see their potential. So I think for me, I was stuck on who I thought he could be and who I wanted him to be versus who he actually was showing me that he was, So I think that when the psychic told me, like, yo, you're doing a good job at, like, distancing yourself from the people that you need to distance yourself from, or pulling in the people that you feel like you want to gravitate towards. You're doing a good job at that. I immediately thought about this one connection, because I was just like, damn, like, now that I'm not engaging in that connection at all, and I literally put myself first and totally just stopped all communication and just cut that shit off, I feel good. I don't feel like anybody in my life is draining me. I don't feel like anybody in my life is just, using me for the good things that I bring to them. Like, I don't feel that. And I think I'm just doing a really good job at setting my boundaries and just, doing my fucking thing. Like, I'm proud of myself in all aspects of my life, because I'm just allowing myself to do what it is that I want to do and be who I want to be. And I'm going where the love is. I'm going where I'm appreciated. I'm going where I'm valued. And I'm having a good time here. So go where you're appreciated. Go where you're valued. Go where you're loved. Go where you're seen. Anyway, let's talk about the things that I've been doing this past summer. So 2 weeks ago is when August started, right? So August has only been, we're only 15 days into August, and I've gone to my dad's surprise party. I've gone to the Moneybagg Yo concert. Bitch, he brought out Lola Brooke. Get the fuck out of here. Bro, when I tell you, I see Lola come on the stage and I started fangirling crazy. I have never fangirled over anybody. And I was like, damn, like, she stole the show. Then the next night, after I seen Moneybagg, I went to see 50 Cent for his final lap tour. Let me tell you something. If you did not buy tickets to that show, ooh, baby, you missed it. Like, oh my God, that fucking concert was worth every penny spent. Bro, we was in the front row. Literally, the stage is right here. Me and my mom are right here. Stage right here, we right here. Be for real. Bro, he brought out A Boogie. He brought out Young Blue. He brought out Moneybagg again. So I seen Moneybagg 2 nights in a row. He brought out J. Cole, who I've never seen in concert, but that is one of my all-time favorite artists. Oh my God, when I seen J. Cole, I fangirled again. Literally almost passed out. He brought out Jadakiss. He brought out Busta Rhymes. He brought out Jeremiah. Did I say A Boogie? Because A Boogie was definitely in the fucking building. Flow Rider. They was throwing dollar bills, bitch. I caught $20, literally. Stuffed that bitch right in my bra. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was the best show I've ever gone through, hands down. Like, and it was at the Barclays Center. I've never been to the Barclays Center. Okay, why nobody told me the Barclays, okay. Clearly I'm excited. Why nobody told me the Barclays Center was such a fucking vibe? Bitch, you look around in the crowd, baby. Everybody's singing. Blunts is everywhere. Alcohol everywhere. It's just like such a good time. I have definitely had such a good time this past 2 weeks. And then 2 days ago, what's today, Tuesday? Monday? Yeah, on Sunday, I went on a boat for my aunt's birthday because, like I said, my entire family are Leos. So Leo season is really when we're partying, we're spending a lot of time together. Like, my family is really heavy on the Leos. My dad's a Leo, my aunt's a Leo, my uncle's a Leo, 2 of my little cousins are Leos. Um, who else? Oh, one of my other cousins is a Leo. So it's like 6 people that we're celebrating the whole month. And then my podcast anniversary is at the end of August. So it's like a whole big thing. But we were on a boat living our best life, child. I have truly been doing a lot of the things that I've always wanted to do, first of all. And I've been doing a lot of things that I enjoy. I enjoy concerts. I enjoy music. I enjoy all the different artists that I named. I enjoy, the beach and being on the water. I'm an earth sign. So when I was on that boat, bitch, my hair was blowing in the wind. It was amazing. It was literally amazing. And I feel like everything that I've been doing since the last day that I saw Bane, he would be so proud of me. He would be so overjoyed for me, because it's like, damn, like, you're actually having a good time, as you should. And this is 100% what he wanted for me. And I'm just happy because my summer has been great. I just got the summer program that I worked the summer program the entire time, because like you guys know, I'm a paraprofessional for the special education department, at the same middle school that I was going to. I think I told you guys that. If you didn't know that, now you fucking know. But I work with special education students. I love them. They're amazing. I think they're geniuses. So, school ended and I volunteered to do the summer program. Obviously, it was... I had the most fun that I've ever had at a job this summer. It ended last Friday, so I have like two and a half weeks to really just do what I want to do and just chill and have fun and relax and, enjoy my people. But I had the most fun that I've ever had at a job. I was with the same student that I was with during the school year, which was awesome. But this was just, he's transitioning into the high school, so he's going into 9th grade. And my original plan was to, spend the summer with him and have my last couple months with him and just enjoy that. And then I was going to go back to the middle school and do my thing and just go back to where I came from. But over the summer, we had such a great time and we really enjoyed so much of our time together that his mom actually requested for me to be brought up with him in place of the person that was actually supposed to be brought up with him. And I'm just like, what? Mind you, this is the student that has CP, cerebral palsy. He's legally blind. So I started as a para in November 2022, and I worked with him ever since. This was my first student that I met, first student that I trained on, first student that I worked with, and I've been with him ever since. And that just goes to show how much of an impact you can make on people's lives, because his family loves me. His mother personally emailed the principals and the paraprofessional, what do you call it? The paraprofessional board, to have me move up with her son. I could cry right now just off that. That just goes to show my character, how hard I'm willing to learn the people that I'm working with, how determined I am to make sure that he's okay and make sure that he's learning and that he's progressing. There's so many things that I've taught him, or that he's just learned so well with me, that he never used to do before I got to him. He's nonverbal, but he does have his ways of communicating. So he can say simple words like hey, or go, or let's go, or come on. He can say little phrases, but he does have a communication device that he uses. And there would be times in the hallway where he was so popular in the middle school. Everywhere we would go in the hallway, they'd be like, oh, hey, obviously I don't want to say his name, but they would be like, oh, hi. They would just be trying to talk to him and engage with him. And I remember telling him one day in the hallway, we got to work on your communication, bro. We got to work on a response that you give to people when they say hi to you, so that, they know that that you hear them and that you're engaging in the conversation. Ever since that day, whenever we would be in the hallway and people would say hey to him, I'm like, hey, say hey back. And he would say hey. And it's now, being that I worked with him the whole summer, right? We would walk into school and people would say hey to him and he would say hey immediately. His response was immediate. I didn't have to say it after a certain point. And it was just that alone shows that my impact on this kid is insane. I have him doing things that he'd never done before. And I'm so grateful that I met him, because I got so lucky with this kid. I love this kid. He's amazing. He is literally amazing, a genius. Oh my God, a superhero. I tell him all the time, you saved my life. You literally have made me realize that all the problems and all the things that I think may be going wrong in my life are not problems at all. If somebody with cerebral palsy who's legally blind, who can't even verbally express that he's having a bad day or not in the mood, who's always happy, I've never seen him cry, can have a good day every day and come to school with a positive mindset and a positive attitude, I can do the same. So he's totally changed my life, and I can't wait to see what this experience brings me or where I go from here, because it's like, you know, this is not the career that I thought I was going to be in, but I'm in it and I'm happy about it because I love it, and I'm getting, it's so gratifying for me. So I don't know. This is what I mean by, like, there's just so many things changing and so many new things coming for me that I'm just happy about. There's also one new thing that I want to talk to you guys about because I know you guys are going to be so excited for me. I met somebody that also works in the same field that I work in right now, who is also amazing at what he does. And I think it's awesome that I met somebody that does the same thing that I do, because that's a totally different world. Like, even when I come home and I explain my day to my parents, they don't understand it because they don't work with this population. They don't get, you know, all the chaos that could go on, but all the chaos that could go on, but also all the love that's full of it. You know what I mean? They don't get that it's a whole process being in a special education career. It's a whole lot. But having somebody that understands it because they live it is so amazing. And it's amazing to have somebody that you can bounce your ideas off of, or that you can actually talk to about this topic that gets it because they go through it and they know it. So I met somebody, we're gonna call him Gemini because I don't want to give you his name yet. I don't know if I'll ever give you his name, but we're gonna call him Gemini because he is in fact a Gemini. I don't know what it is about Geminis, but they love me. They love me the fuck down, because my best friend Jade is Gemini. The past, I want to say 4 guys that I've met have been Geminis. But this one though, he definitely screams Gemini. Like, he has Gemini written all over him. But he's just so charismatic. He's just so caring. He's just so loving. He's just so genuine. He's very deep. Oh my God, I love a man with some depth. And I've never met a man that could match me when it comes to, how do I describe this? I never met a man that could articulate and express his words and his feelings so adequately and so respectfully and so lovingly the way that this man does. I've never had somebody handle me with such ease and so gently the way that this man does. I've never had somebody come into my world and immediately want to know everything the way that this man does. I remember I met him at work, obviously, but I actually went to high school with him, but we never like spoke ever in high school because we ran with different crowds. But I remember him from high school. But I remember we were at work one day and he was just like, we were just talking. He was like, I'm trying to plant a seed in your head. And I was like, you already have a whole garden of seeds that you're planting in my head already. And he was like, yeah, and you think I'm not going to be in there watering them and catering to them? And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what? Bro, this man, if he's driving me anywhere, right? This man will walk ahead of me, open my car door, bitch, every single time. I remember the first time he did it, I was like, bro, what are you doing? And then I seen him go for the door and I was like, oh bitch. Like, but I hate that the small gestures like that, or the way that he cares for me and the way that he appreciates me, is foreign to me. Cause it's like, I be having to check myself sometimes, like, damn bitch, you so used to like just unhealthy, toxic ass shit that you don't even know what's healthy. So it's just so interesting because it's like, it's really making me unlearn all of my unhealthy behaviors and really making me be like, nah girl, like you deserve You deserve a man that's sure about you. You deserve a man that's gonna fucking open your car door and buy you flowers. I walked into his house a couple days ago, and there was flowers on the desk waiting for me. The most beautiful orange roses, bro. And I literally looked at him and I was like, "You're lucky I've been crying a lot today because I really have no tears left to cry." Because it was just the sweetest thing ever. Like, he literally had the roses and he had my favorite candies around it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and it's so crazy because, like, I was supposed to see him that day. And, like, when it came down to, like, me asking him, like, okay, like, what do you have to do, like, before I come see you? He was so secretive about everything. He was like, oh, like, I just got to, you know, run a couple errands or whatever. And then, like, I forgot what I had to do that day. But I was like, okay, I just finished up, you know, doing what I got to do. Like, let me know when you want me to come. He was like, oh, I got to make one more stop. And then, you know, you can pull up on me because I got to get in the shower. So I'll get in the shower right when you're pulling up. Bitch, he was being secretive because he was planning this whole thing for me to walk into in his house, bitch. And it's just like, y'all already know. Y'all already know. I don't have to go through the whole fucking pity story of me being single for 3 years and just never finding anybody that I liked and just being by myself and being in my solitude. Y'all already know. I was single for literally years before this. And it's like, we're not exclusive or anything. There's no title. There's nothing. We're just, we're not rushing it. We're taking our time, taking it slow, getting to learn each other and getting to know what we like, what we don't like. And I'm so grateful because I tell him this all the time. I'm like, yo, like, I went through so much shit in my love life. And I'm so grateful that I low-key went through all of that shit because it led me to you. Like, I always knew, and it's so funny because Jada was always like, I talk mad shit about Geminis. I don't know why, but I've had horrible experiences with Geminis. Okay, my first love was a Gemini. Like I said, the past couple dudes that I was fucking with that did me foul were Geminis. So it's like, I've always had negative ass things to say about them. But Jada always used to say, you're going to end up with one. You're going to end up with a Gemini and he's really going to be everything that you want him to be. And here comes this man. Here comes this fucking Gemini showing me everything that I always wanted to see, but I never really thought I deserved, or I never really felt like I was going to receive. And he says it all the time to me, but he's like, you deserve good things. Like, you're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to have somebody that actually cares for you. You're allowed to have somebody that you can feel like you can depend on. You don't have to be so independent. You don't have to be so tough. I remember, I think, again, over the weekend, I was just having a rough day, right? And, like, every time I'm around him, I totally feel like every problem in the world goes away. Or every problem that I feel like is on my mind goes away. So I was with him and we were hanging out or whatever, and he walked out of the room to go do something. And it was like immediately once he walked out of the room, it was like, how do I describe this? I feel like as soon as I see him, right, all my problems go. Or, okay, let's describe it as this. I'm going to give you a really good analogy. Follow me. Follow, okay? Let's say, picture me standing outside and it's raining. It's raining hard. Some days it's raining hard and some moments it's drizzling, but it's constantly raining. There's constant rain. And whenever he's around, the storm clears up and the sun comes out, right? I shit you not. I feel like as soon as he walked out of the room that day, it was like the sun immediately went away and it was back to pouring, right? And I literally instantly burst into tears. And it was just like everything that I was feeling that he was like getting my mind off of came back into clear view once he wasn't in the room. And I remember he walked into the room and I was just like trying to like go like this to like wipe my eyes and get like my tears out so he didn't see that I was crying. And immediately he was like, stand up. Because I was sitting in a chair. He was like, stand up. And he hugged me. And he was like, bro, you don't got to be tough with me. Like, I already know you were having a bad day, but you don't got to be tough with me. And I was like, bro, like, this is everything that I've ever wanted. And I'm just so grateful that I'm getting the fucking love that I deserve, bitch. And I'm so happy. There's nothing like a girl who goes through hell in love, finally finding somebody that sees her value and finally getting what she deserves. There's nothing like that. That's just like the best feeling in the world. And like, I used to see that quote all the time, but now that I'm actually living it, like, I'm happy. And it's just like, Because, I think for a long time when I was by myself, it was like, oh, I don't need nobody. I don't want to go through the whole getting to know you phase. I don't want to tell another person my fucking favorite color or when my birthday is or what my favorite food is. I don't want to do that again. So it was like, whatever, I'm just be single. I don't have to do that. But now it's like, no, I want to tell him everything about me. And I want him to know everything that drives me wild under the sun. Because I want him to know me hands down. Like, this is somebody that I actually could see myself being in a relationship with. And I thought that I felt that before with the last person that I was talking to. Like, over a year ago. But now that I'm actually in this connection and I truly feel that was just the lust talking. Because I don't really think I could have actually been in a relationship with that person for real, because I don't think that they were fully living in their truth, which is okay. I don't have nothing against you, baby. Wish you well, but totally off that. But this is somebody that I definitely feel like I want to have around for the long run. I'm enjoying my time with him. I'm getting to know him. He's getting to know me. He's doing everything right. And it's interesting because he'll also say to me also, like, yo, I'm used to getting the shitty end of the stick. Like, I'm used to putting all this effort into people and not getting it back, and it just being like me ending up hurt. And I'm like, bro, like, we're 50-50 here. Like, I totally feel like we're in this together. We're actually interested in building something, and it's just a good fucking time. Child, I never in my life thought I would say that I'm actually liking somebody and I'm actually falling for them, but I am. And of course, he's a motherfucking Gemini, bro. Like, that's crazy. But I ain't mad at it. Because I am not mad at it. He actually designed these pants that I have on. Yeah. I'm getting clothes out here. I'm getting loved on. I'm getting food. I'm getting taken care of, baby. Just know that. I literally got every single thing I wanted to talk about off my chest. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for y'all. Honestly, in 2 weeks, my podcast is going to make 2 years on air. I am going to drop this episode, and then I'm going to drop an episode on that day. I'm going to try to get some content out. I'm going to try to get some footage of that day just so that you guys can see the celebration that I'm about to have. I'm going to have a little barbecue, nothing too simple. Nothing too crazy. Just, you guys already know, when it comes to my podcast, I like to celebrate every milestone. I like to keep the people that's been around. And I like to really just celebrate my work and celebrate what I've created. So there definitely will be, a little get together for my 2-year anniversary, which I'm so excited about. And I love this time of year because everybody that has seen me build this podcast from the ground up gets excited about it too. So it's just like, and we have mad alcohol for my dad's birthday party. Bitch, I don't have to buy nothing. And I'm so happy about that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope it gave you guys some clarity as to where I've been and what I've been doing. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from, just me evolving and me coming on here and talking about my experiences and getting my point across. So thank you guys for rocking with me and being as loyal and amazing as you have been. I know it's been so long since I dropped an episode, and I keep coming on here saying, like, I'm so sorry that I've been away for so long, but realistically, my life has just been a lot for me this summer, and I know that it's going to continue to be a lot for me, and that's okay, because I'm learning to navigate, I'm learning to grow, I'm learning to heal, and I'm loving on my people, and I'm going where I'm celebrated. And I want the same for you guys, and I hope that you can continue to follow me on this journey of an amazing podcast with an amazing platform for people to come and express themselves and share their creativity and give their perspective. So with that being said, thank you for watching the season finale of season 6 of Just Jay the podcast. I love y'all. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm not going to be a stranger no more, y'all. I'm really going to get back on my consistent shit, but I'm telling you, y'all already know my life has been fucking crazy. Who knows what's going to happen next month or this week, but I'm here to stay. I love y'all. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all soon.
to not be in your most creative mode at every single point of your creative journey. It's not going to happen like that. So let's normalize just, you know, getting in your bag, focusing on yourself, taking a step back from your craft for a minute to get your mind right, get you right. And then when you come back, make sure you double it. That's all. That's it.